All right, Knockis, we're here at the Caribbean Premier Showcase, the DaCosta version, and we're at States. And we are here with.
Bill Ashby. I am the head women's soccer coach at Maine Maritime Academy. That's the University of Maine. And I'm here today scouting for our men's football team.
Okay. And how you finding it? We've been for 4 or 5 games for today.
4 or 5 games. Yep, 4 or 5 games. So I started coming to Jamaica in 2005 recruiting student athletes from Jamaica, and I've had 100 come through. And I've been here a dozen times. This is probably the top quality that I've seen at any time I've come here.
And I was about to ask you if you have seen anything for today. That's why I mentioned 4 or 5 games has passed.
Yeah, all kinds of talent. It's raw talent. It can be molded into very, very good university football players in the U.S.
All right. So tell me, what brings you? Why did you get involved into scouting?
Well, every coach wants to find the best student athletes and best players he can find or she can find, right? We want to coach good players. We want to win games. We want to win championships. So you got to go places where some people don't. And when I started to come in 2005, there weren't many soccer coaches coming to the middle of Jamaica. So great talent. The level was high, and the people recruiting into this area was low. So I was able to get some great, great players out of this area.
So he was beating the rush, beating the pack. He was ahead of the pack.
Absolutely. You never know what talent is, and you got to go look.
All right. So what's your favorite part about being a scout/coach?
I love meeting people. I love going different places around the world. I love bringing different cultures into my football program and building a program. Players from when I was at UMaine Fort Kent, I had players from Jamaica, Trinidad, Scotland, England, Serbia, Croatia, U.S., Canada, and to build a football team out of a good football team of all the different cultures, it was very exciting and very rewarding.
That's very diverse. That is a very diverse selection there you have. All right. Very good. What's different about today that in your previous visits that you'd say?
Much more organized now. The players coming in seem to understand why they're here. When they come in, they play well, they act well, they show you're a good person, that they're a good person. There's a lot of technical information about the grades and contact information and numbers, so we know who they are when they're playing, and that's a big advantage. We can ask each other around, hey, do you know Rohan here? And yeah, I saw him play a couple of weeks ago. So the information coming out is much better, it's timely, and the level is much higher now.
That's great. That's great. That's great. All right, coach. We know that with scouting, you have to bring back a player back to your well. I'm not sure. Are you the head coach of your team?
I'm the head coach of the women's team, yes.
Okay. And about the males team, about the male team now. What if you bring back a player right now and the coach that is currently there, they're not happy with the selection? How does that work out?
I have a great relationship. We kind of run a men's and women's program together. So we're both looking out for each other's programs. We trust each other to scout and evaluate talent, not only talent, but personalities and how that student athlete will fit into our programs. Do they come with the character that we're looking for in our programs? So that's a big part of watching today. So we take good notes. There'll be video to study after the game. The men's head coach Ken, and he'll look at my notes and look at the video and contact the player, and he'll make his own opinion. But we're pretty much on track about 99% of the time.
You mentioned about that the information is more timely now. How abreast are you with the Jamaican football culture here in Jamaica?
I think pretty good. So I'm coming here for 20 years. So have had a lot of players in the St. Elizabeth area. A few from Montego, but mostly out of the St. Elizabeth area, both on the men's and women's side. I'd say roughly there's probably 100 student athletes who've come to play football for me in the U.S. from the St. Elizabeth area.
And you mentioned that it has improved. What about the organization? What about their technical levels? Do you think that we have improved over the years because you've been here for many years now? You come and you do your review. What do you think about us technically? Have we improved?
Oh yeah, Oniki Sam is a great host. He's got everything well organized, from picking us at the airport, great food, hotels, transportation here. It's the easiest recruiting trip I ever go on. I don't have to worry about transportation or meals or getting to events or finding players. All you have to do is come, go with the flow, watch the talent, make your evaluations. So it's a pleasure. It's an easy recruiting trip to come on.
Oh, that's terrific to hear. But when I mentioned technical, I wanted to know about the technical abilities of the players. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. What do you think about their levels right now?
Top notch, top
Top.
notch. You know, so when I come and look for a football player, I work for technical. I look for their first touch. You know, how is their first touch? Is in a space where they can either dribble, pass, or shoot on the next touch. And a lot of good first touches here. A lot of good. It sets them up to play. And
Okay.
so the speed of the game at the next level, at the university level, is what it's all about. And it all depends on how good that first touch is. So a lot of great first touches on the players here today. So I'm very excited to see how they interact with the ball and make the tactical decisions once to be able to make the technical piece of it to set it up.
So all right, suppose that a player you really like him, but he's a little bit short in many of the little departments, with his technical abilities. How do you improve a player, and how quickly do you think you guys can get a player ready for to play at the top level of football?
So yeah, we bring in, we call them project players, right? Somebody who's going to take a year or two before they can fit into the program and win a spot. So we go back to the character thing. So if somebody has the good building blocks to be a good player and has great character and great grades, we'll bring that person in. We'll invest time into them and help them come along, because although we want to win games and championships, it's about giving people an opportunity for an education. And education makes opportunity, and opportunity makes progress, right? So, and prosperity. So that's what we're really in for it about.
All right, coach. I love it. I love what you've been saying. I look forward to. Have you seen anybody today that you'll be carrying, that you'll definitely be taking with you?
Oh, absolutely. I've gone over the list there. I've got I don't know, there's 60 some names on the list. I'll probably recommend about 30 to the head coach. Yeah,
Man of your word.
man of my word.
All
Absolutely.
right. Everybody, this is Coach Ashby, and Coach Ashby, tell them about a little bit about your environment, your school that you associated
Sure,
with.
sure. I'm at Maine Maritime Academy right now. It's the University of Maine. It's everything to do with the ocean. So we have oceanography, marine transportation, we have power engineering, we have international business and logistics. We do a lot with ships. We train ship captains, super tanker captains.
Okay.
We train engineers for the engine room. We train power plant engineers. We train people how to transportation as far as logistics of getting a product onto a ship and get it into the port and get it across the world, getting it into that port and getting it to where it needs to be. So anything with maritime transportation, the Maine Maritime Academy takes care of that.
Wow, coach, I thought you were just a coach, but you're a good salesman too. You know many about, you're out here recruiting. I guess you have to know all of this to recruit your players, because you have to sell them the dream, and.
Absolutely, absolutely. You see, yeah, you don't want to sell false things. So you want to be accurate and straightforward. So
Thank you so much, coach.
thanks for your time.
It was
Appreciate
so nice talking to you. Yeah, I learned a lot just in this short interview. Thank you, and I hope that you do carry the 30 players with you.
I hope so. I hope so. Absolutely.
All right,
Thanks
take
for your
care
time.
now.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
All right. Bye-bye.